made me just stop and take a good look and kind of talk about and assess, you know, exactly what's going on in our country. And when I first saw this video, you know, thanks for coming by, everybody. If you would please make sure you hit the like button, and then right down in the comment section, just pop in where you're watching from. Put the number 1 and then put what exactly you're watching, where you're watching from, so I can kind of have a barometer for who comes and watches the videos. If you're watching this next week, just still tell me where you're watching from. You can just use your state if you want to. Just kind of give me a understanding of where everybody's at in the world. Every day people send me videos and I'm super grateful. You know, sometimes I don't respond to people because I'm so busy in what I'm doing, but I do watch a lot of the links that people send me, especially after it's a trusted contact. I start to know people's emails who send me videos all the time, and I'm much more likely to click on those. And sometimes someone will send me a video and I'll read the title and then I'll go look it up on YouTube because I've never got that email address before. So someone sent me a video earlier today, and it just made me assess and reassess everything that I'm doing with my life and the reasons why I'm doing it. I watched, and you guys can look this up yourself, his name was Roderick Brooks, and he was in Harris County, Texas, and he was murdered by a pig named Garrett. You can find it right there. I just gave you all the information. I'm going to show you guys the video in a minute when I pull over and stop. But if you want to see the video, if you guys, any of the moderators want to drop the link down in the comments, you're welcome to do so. I hope everybody's having a great day. Again, hit the number 1 button, hit the like button. Let me know where you're watching from. Roderick Brooks, I haven't done the research background on him, but apparently he was shoplifting laundry detergent. And if someone's shopping laundry detergent, they're not doing so good. They're not very smart, and they're not doing very well, that's for sure. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that if you're stealing laundry detergent, things are not going very good for you. Your life's not going fantastic now, is it? No, it's not. So now, because you don't have to be a rocket scientist, and because these cops are about as dumb as a box of rocks, that we hire the dumbest people to be cops. No, this train has caused a problem here. That's why I pulled over. I don't know if I want to deal with it. The train has stopped. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm stuck here. That's for dang sure. I wonder if there's another way I can get through. The train has stopped though, so maybe I'll just flip a Yui right here and then see if I'll flip a Yui right here. Oh, whoa, dude, take it easy there, Denver. Take it easy there, Denver. Take it easy. I'm just gonna flip a Yui right here. So this will give me a minute anyway to show you guys. Charlie, little bear, what's going on over there? Are you seeing what's going on over there, Charlie? So when I saw this video today, it gave me a moment of pause, and I said, you know, why am I doing exactly what Gloria, Jeff hates pigs, what's up? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Why am I on this mission? Who put me here? Why am I here? What am I doing here? And what kind of change do I really hope to affect? Well, you know, frickin' media's here. Good to see you. Mandy, nice to see everybody. Gary, Lily Rose, how's everybody doing? As you guys know, I have very limited time because I'm both writing some stuff and I'm training, so I'm extraordinarily busy. I got to get a physical tomorrow. I have a lot going on. So let me, I could probably just exit this route real quick, and let me show you guys a video here that you're going to find absolutely disgusting. Roderick Brooks is his name. So let me
KHU11 is pausing the video after the shooting and blurring Brooks's body. The sheriff's office frees the frame of video showing Brooks grab the taser, and the attorneys representing his family agree he grabbed it, but they see it differently.
What you'll see is Roderick reaching for the taser. However,
so
to get it out.
There it is. There it is. I can't beat you in a wrestling match, and you have my taser, so I get to murder you. Hold on, let me see if my Bluetooth is on. That's what you guys just saw. You're not... I mean, if that doesn't make you just reassess everything, like you got one guy holding down another guy for stealing laundry detergent. Number one, if you go back and, you know, we don't really need the sound. Let me just show you something. He chases the guy, and let me break this down for you guys a little bit here. So,
60 on Friday, Chille arrives. He catches up to Roderick Brooks.
So when watch,
The video shows Brooks kept running.
so he catches him right here though. Watch.
Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground right now!
So he stopped. Okay, right there. Right there. Did you see that right there? The guy stopped running. The guy stopped. He just stopped. And then that guy attacked him. Then the guy who was supposed to be the good guy to uphold all rights, he then attacked the other man. That's what happened. That's what we just saw happen. He just attacked him. He attacked him like a wild savage. He went after him. My Ford hat. He went after the guy like a wild animal. The man was standing there. He had given up his effort to escape, and then the cop shoves him on the ground and starts pushing his face into the concrete. He starts pushing his face into the concrete. Like take a look. So he catches him. The man has given up. He's done. And he puts his own taser down on the ground. Just watch it one more time here. Just watch.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground right now!
He gave up. Now watch what he does to him. Now he's shoving his face into the concrete. And he put his taser on the ground next to his hand. He put the taser there. Look what he's doing to the man.
I'm gonna shoot you! Put that down!
Look what he's doing to the man. He's pushing the man's face into the concrete and shooting him with the taser when the guy stood there and he realized, I'm not going to outrun this guy. And the guy had given up. The guy had given up. And he threw him on the ground. He threw him on the ground on the hard concrete. And then started pushing his chin into the hard concrete. You know, I'm training on mats with full-grown men, right? And anybody else who's ever trained, thanks guys. I'm a little bit incensed. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate your support. I'm a little bit incensed. Wolverine, what's up, buddy? He's pushing his face into the ground. This thing right here, the thing that we talk to each other with, this right here, the thing that you and I communicate with, he's taking this thing that is for presentation to other human beings, and he's shoving it into the concrete with both hands. You want to hear the real kicker about this? You guys can look this up. That man had 8 use of force complaints. 8 use of force. He had dozens of use of force. I mean, I think it was over a dozen. I say 8, but I think it was over a dozen. It was over a dozen use of force complaints, which is just absolutely incredible. You're not blocked, dude. No one's blocked. I don't block people unless you're an absolute prick, you know? It's like, what are we doing? You know, if this doesn't make you reassess what we're doing here, then nothing will. What we're doing is we're going to change this, because you didn't even need a guy with a gun there. You needed a camera. You needed a guy with a camera there who could record the guy's information and charge him, and then help him get back on track, because obviously, and there's going to be losers and nutballs in our society who are going to have to live in a box, and there's going to be losers who will never work hard. There's going to be losers who won't do anything, who won't participate in the own effort of the bettering society, who will not participate. It's like the people here. You see the people here who just give up. They just give up. This is too hard. I can't take pressure from other people who have fake accounts, but I can't take the pressure from them. I don't know how to fight back. Someone show me. That's what we're doing right now. What you guys are watching is when you give one person absolute power over another person, and their policy is that you have to lay on your belly and stick your arms behind your back. I have to make my face available for the concrete. Because you're a cop, I have to make my face available for the concrete. I have to let you shove my face into the ground. I have to break myself as a human being, forget about all sense of self-preservation, and lay on my belly, put my hands behind my back, or put my arms out. It's illogical. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. There is no way I'm going to trust a cop to jump on my back and not shove my face into the concrete. I mean, you guys just saw it. And then after he shoved his face in the concrete 3 or 4 times, the full-grown 47-year-old man that man was, he's dead now, said, you know what? I'm not going to let you slam my face into the concrete. Stop it. And he went to stand up. The dumb pig had put the taser right by the guy's head and hands. I mean, how stupid? How stupid? You know, and the reason why you had that dumb pig who dropped off that taser right there by the guy's head and hands is because you can't get good people to sign up to be a pig anymore. You can't get them. Good people are the cops who were good, right? That's the cops that were good cops are resigning from the police department in mass numbers. They're resigning in mass numbers. That's what's going on inside of policing today. They can't get a good man. You wouldn't get me to sign up to be a pig. You guys saw it. You saw how they do people. You just saw how they murder people. You just saw how they murder people if you don't do what I say. And my policy for the job I signed up to do is to make you lay on your belly, which is ridiculous. Nobody wants to lay on their belly. How fucking stupid are we? It's so ridiculously fucking stupid. Lay on your belly, you and your dog. I'm not laying on my belly. That's not happening. That's ridiculous. And just so you know, lay on your belly comes directly from officer safety. Why do you need to lay on your belly? For officer safety, so they can feel safe. They feel safest if you're laying on your belly like you are a bitch. Like you can get walked up from behind and rammed. And that's what you just saw. You just saw it. Lay on your belly. Lay on your belly? Lay on my belly? I got an idea. Let's get some nails and tell me to stick them in my eyes. That's how much I want to lay on my belly and give you complete superior position to me. Complete superior position. Anybody watch jujitsu? What do you not want another man to do? To get your back. You don't want another man on your back. Anybody ever watch MMA? You don't want another man on your back. But upon interaction with you, filthy pig, you want me to lay on my belly and trust you? You are the scum of the earth. You are the dirtiest, darkest maggot on earth. You are the fear in the night. You're the darkness. You're the terror. You are Satan. You are working for Satan. Lay on my belly. You lay on your belly. The next time a cop tells you to get on your knees and lay on your belly, you tell him, you lay on your belly. I don't know how anybody can watch Roderick Brooks get murdered. He gave up. The guy body slams into him running full speed, pushes him to the ground, and then starts shoving his face into the concrete. After getting his face put into the concrete a few times, he says, enough of this, and he goes to stand up. And then Roderick Brooks gets murdered, shot in the back of the head, just like, what was the guy's name? What was his name? Loyola? What was his name? What was his name? The other guy that got murdered in Cleveland, shot in the back of the head when a cop couldn't out-wrestle that guy. If I can't out-wrestle you, you get your brains blown out. That's what happens. What are we doing? Remember this, all the people here, everybody here, every time we waste a single solitary second addressing a distraction, every time we waste a single solitary second dealing with personal mama, baby drama, garbage, whatever they're dealing with, we are wasting our time. The most important thing we need to focus on is changing this bullshit system. You give one man absolute power over another man, they create a policy that you need to lay on your belly. We never signed up for laying on our fucking bellies. We never signed up for that. Tell me where I signed up to lay on my belly. I didn't. So you can feel safe, you and your dog, you bro. I am not laying on my belly. You will not get me to lay on my belly. That will not happen. For what? So you can push my face into the ground to the point where I say I've had enough of this, and then I go to stand up and you blow the back of my head off, and you get bootlickers who will be like, he shouldn't have resisted. What are you talking about, man? It could happen to you in a millisecond. It only takes a half a second of you being abused and you saying, you know what, I've had enough of it. You don't actually think the guy's gonna shoot you in the back of the frickin' head. You don't think that's really gonna happen here today. The laundry detergent stealer, man. You know what's gonna happen now? Now all the filthy pigs in America are gonna dig up anything they can to show that he was really just a bad guy. He was just a bad person. We were better off without him, and that cop had saved a kitty cat the day before. Just a day earlier, remember the cop the other day? Hey, just the other day, I saved somebody's life. I gave them CPR because people were speeding through here. I'm saving people. Hey, coppers. We all have YouTube. We all got TikTok. We all got Instagram. We see the videos every day. It's every day. It's every day. And people are like, man, you know, I seen you on your YouTube and you were so mad. Why aren't you so mad? Did you just see what happened? Did you just see what happened? Did you just watch it? He attacked him. He savagely attacked him. He could have looked at the guy and said, where's the detergent, dude? Give me the laundry detergent. He could have taken the laundry detergent away and said, get the fuck out of here, dude. Go do something with your life. He went at the guy as though he had just raped a child. He tried to subdue the man as though he had just beat an elderly man. I didn't plan on talking to anybody today. I'm going through my own stuff today. I've got some things that are pressing. I've got some things inside that I can't talk about right now that are pressing, that are time sensitive, and I don't have time. I wasn't going to come on here today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take some time away from YouTube so that I can put some things together, to really put some things together. You just watched a guy get murdered by another guy for stealing laundry detergent. He savagely attacked him like a pig, like a filthy, nasty, wild hog. He attacked that man. And then when he abused him enough, the guy said, "I've had enough of your abuse. I'm going to stand up." And then because we hire all beta males to be pigs. They're all beta males. What alpha male would sign up to be a pig when you can see what they do to people? What alpha male? Show me an alpha male that is ready to sign up to be a pig. Not very many. Not very many alpha males going like, yeah, I can't wait to be a pig. Can't wait. I see what we're doing to people, making them lay on their belly, treating them like their lives don't matter, forcing their arms behind your back. I didn't get to show the video earlier. A woman had acted like a total moron, and she drove through all these cars, and she must have been deranged, crazy, on drugs, but she slammed all these cars. You guys see the video? She slammed into all these cars. Did you see it? It's going around the internet. I saw it. And then here's what happens. The people that we hired to protect us, the good guys, they get her out of the car and they stop the car. Thank God the car stopped, right? She's in an SUV and she hits a bunch of cars. And she's a menace to society. She doesn't belong in society. I'm not sticking up for her. In the video, though, that's just floating around right now, you guys can find it. She's in an SUV and it says, mother, son, ram a bunch of cars. There's a little kid in the back. And she rams all these cars. This woman is completely gone. Here's where I start to have issue, though. They go over, turn the car off, jerk the woman out of the car. And then they're putting her arms behind her back, but she's a great big fat lady. And they're getting her arms behind her back. And the guy says it won't work. And the other cop says, make it work. So I'm pretty sure they ripped her shoulders out to get her in those torture cuffs. Because there's a policy in America that Americans have allowed to happen that says that the cops get to put you in torture cuffs, that they get to torture you immediately, that you get to be tortured by cops, and that's the way it is. You should enjoy it. You should be grateful. And by the way, they're not supposed to be comfortable. Those torture cuffs are not supposed to be comfortable. Don't think those torture don't think those torture cuffs are supposed to be comfortable. If you get put in torture cuffs, it's because we're torturing you. Don't forget that. You know, if we put you in torture cuffs, it's to torture you. When I was talking to those 3 cops from Muskogee, you know, they tried to come off as the best 3 cops in the world, and that cop did put himself in the torture cuffs. I mean, very lightly, just for a half a moment, but he did, right? And then this woman on the ground, compare what they did to the woman on the ground to the cops in Muskogee who put the cuff on for half a second. For just a half a second, just a millisecond. And they wonder why they're hated. They wonder why people hate cops. They wonder why so many people hate the cops. I mean, can anybody post the link? Can anybody post the link? I think it's in my recent videos. Let me see if I can post the link here. It says mother-daughter duo, mother-son in an SUV rams several cars, and it's and they do, and she doesn't belong on the road. That's for damn sure. But let me see if I can. I'll see if I can post the link in the chat here. Let me turn on my lane correction here and turn on my cruise control so my car can drive for itself. Okay, so here's my history. Oh, and then did you guys see Rights On video today? Ironton Auditor, get this. Let me post Rights On videos first, and then I'll show you guys this other video. But Rights On released a video today where he took a clip of Ironton Auditor, and it shows Bradley Spulgeric getting drugs and then him not putting them anywhere. They just kind of disappear. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Brookside, Alabama. Yeah, Rights On put out a video. I don't know if I can do it. And Harris County Sergeant, and they keep calling these guys sergeant and lieutenant and captain, and that's the entire thing wrong with the whole system, is that system that they then have an allegiance person above them to the captain, corporal, major, general, Major Lieutenant Jonathan David. I cannot represent you, Jonathan David. I have not taken, I haven't gone to law school, Jonathan. I just know a lot about the law, but I can't represent anybody. I don't know what city, state you are. You're welcome to send me an email. I can listen to your story, and what really helps, Jonathan, is if you have a video. But if you don't have a video, it's really hard for me to help you with exposure. But let me know the city, state you're in, and I'll try to help you as far as, I'll tell you what I think as far as what I think when I go into a legal system, and what I have to, what you have to deal with, and what you can expect going in. That's half the battle, by the way. You know, and I think that this is where I need to do more work with people that I talk to, is kind of explain to them the processes that are about to happen to them when they're forced into the legal system by some complete dunce cap pig who doesn't belong being in charge of anybody. He can't even be in charge of himself. And so we have this dunce cap beta male system. And that's what policing in America is. You take the biggest dunce cap who can't get through any kind of schooling or can't do anything else, and the only skill they have is to follow orders. And then you make sure that they're beta male enough that they'll go into the hallway of Uvalde and pose and pose and pose, but they would never violate orders and actually go to try to save some kids because they're so beta. Easily brainwashed that officer safety is the most important aspect in life. And if you can get a beta male who's not very smart and willing to agree that officer safety is the most important thing in this entire world, well, then you can be a cop too. I call them law enforcers. On the website coming out, Transparency, Peace, Justice, which it's gonna take another freaking week. It takes so long to write this copy, which is why I haven't been here, which is why I haven't been producing videos or doing audits. I'm trying to create something bigger, so that we can change this bullshit system, you know, so we can change it. It makes me so mad when I watch the guy got murdered today. Did everybody go by the website today? Make sure you guys are using your Indestructible trifold. I now have that on the front of the website. You don't need a code anymore for $5 trifold. It's always $5. Make sure you guys go get your $5 trifold, your Indestructible trifold. Carry it with you always. So that's what I've been doing this last week. This is all I've been doing. Go to DeletelawZ.com and get your Indestructible trifold. I haven't had any sales this week, so if you are a regular and you come by my store, you know, once a month or so, come on by and get yourself a trifold. Get one for your cousin, your brother, your sister, your lover, because I have not been working on YouTube. I just haven't been putting in time here because I've had to train and I've had to write, and I've been writing so much. But this website, it truly shows a new future, a new way that we can move into the future. And it can happen now. We don't have to wait. It can happen right now. But the first thing is that we need a constitutional amendment that we get access to the footage. And that has to happen. And that kills Big Brother. That kills Big Brother. And that's what we have to do. We need to kill Big Brother. That's what has to happen. So I'm going out here to Boulder, by the way. That's where I'm at right now. I'm heading toward Boulder, Colorado. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, you know, let's talk a little bit about this system. What is this system based upon? Ego. The system is based on ego. Because a camera, a guy shooting footage, he doesn't care what the guy does. Now, imagine that jackboot thug murderous pig that just killed Roderick Brooks. Now, imagine if his job was to interact, film, and talk. Just imagine that for a moment. What is that piggy's job? What is the transparency peace officer's job? To interact. And the person he's interacting with now is aware that there's a 360 camera and that he's not going to touch you or yell at you. That first transparency peace officer. The first thing they're going to do is ask you what you're doing and if you want to stop doing it. If you want to reverse what you've done. Do you want to stop doing this? Do you want to stop doing this? All the cases that I am a part of, DeCastro versus Wagner, Lofty versus Holman, Freeman versus Spuljarek, all three cases are ongoing. So we're still doing it now. We're still dealing with the cases. It's still going on. And that's the thing that takes time. And then, of course, I'm always taking phone calls. If you get cheated by the cops, like someone just emailed me and just put a comment up and asked if I would help them find an attorney, I can give you what I think. I can't give you legal advice, obviously. I can tell you what I think about the law. I can tell you what I think about your situation and what I would do if I were you. But I can't give any legal advice. The powers that be want to shut me down any way possible, left, right, center, whether you're white supremacist or a black supremacist, whether you're for white lives matter or black lives matter or blue lives matter or pink lives matter, there's people who just want to shut me down because I want to change, and I'm going to change this bullshit system of oppression, murder, and death. And I'll tell you what, I'm fucking triggered. I'm triggered. Another guy gets held down, and another guy who's black in the past 3 weeks and gets murdered, and we have to watch it on camera. Another one. And I was talking to a conservative last night. We were having a conversation back and forth. Great guy, really great guy. And this guy's a staunch conservative, staunch. Thank you, Joshua David, I appreciate it. Yeah, let me see that body cam footage. Put it on a link, please, David. I can't download anything. I can't download things you send me, you guys. I will not download things. I do not click on links unless I have gotten dozens of emails from you already. I don't click on links. I don't download things. I don't do it. I do not click on links, and I don't download things. This last week, my accounts were attempted to be hacked. They tried to hack my YouTube account this last week. They tried to hack my Instagram account this last week. At least the folks on TikTok were better at it, and they successfully hacked my Instagram account when I had 25,000 subscribers and got my Instagram account taken down last year. That's why I have a new account with 8,000 subscribers, but it is what it is. I don't care. I do care about the numbers because we need more people. We need more people who are just down for changing this bullshit system. Really, that's what this mission is about. I talked to a person yesterday over on one of the coasts. I talked to her yesterday, and she told me about her conviction, about what had happened to her and her conviction. And I said to her, well, tell me about the transcripts. Let me see those transcripts so that I can read the transcripts so I actually understand what happened in court. And I asked her, did you record your trial? And she said, no, they wouldn't let me record. I said, you request to record? And they said, yes. And then they said to me that the judge wouldn't let them record the trial. You're on trial for your life. You're being charged with felonies, but you don't get a recording of it. You get to trust that we're going to give you the most accurate recording we can come up with. That's the system. We have to change this bullshit system. You should be able to record your court hearing. Everybody should be able to audio record at the minimum their own court hearing. You should not have to rely on the court and have to pay the court to get an audio of your court hearing. That's incredible. Why can't you have an audio recording? Why can't you? Because they want to hide it. Look at our prison system. I'm going to go over it. Now that it's cooled down enough in Denver and I can actually work from my apartment, I'm going to go over it. But the reason why you guys don't get to record your court hearings is so that they can cheat you. There it is. The reason you don't get to make videos of your court hearings is so that they can cheat you. That's what's going on. Whoa! Shocker! How come you can't record your hearing? Because they want to cheat you. And they don't want any record that you have of it. They'll give you the records that the stenographer gives. And by the way, the stenographer works with that judge all the time. And he says, hey, can you just take that off the record? Sure, you bet, Your Honor. You're going to get the records. Someday you're going to get the records. You got to pay us, though. You know, we charged you with a crime. We found you guilty of a crime. And now if you want to hear about that, about your court proceeding, you need to pay for that. Wait a minute. Who pays for the court? We do. Who pays the judge's salary? We do. The bailiff? We do. The building? We do. Okay. So the stenographer that comes in there, then she works for us, right? No, she owns the records. She's her own person. She owns your court transcripts. You can't publish them without her copywritten permission. That's what we're looking at. We are living in a completely busted, broken system. This system is broken times 1,000. You know, I'll tell you what, my sister moved away. Do you know that? And she told me, Jose, pack your shit. Move away from America. It's a sinking ship. Get out of there. And I said, no, I'm not leaving. She moved away. She moved out of the country. My family is all highly intelligent individual people. Every person in my family is highly intelligent and extremely individualistic. My sister moved away. You have to pay the court for your criminal court hearing. You have to pay them for the transcripts for them charging you with crimes. Just put that into perspective. Just put that into perspective. Well, why would you have to do that? Well, so that you can't get them or they can alter them. Why can't you simply record it with your iPhone or your Android? We all have a recording device now. Why can't we just put our phone right there on the witness stand or right there, put a central speaker system that we can slide our phone into, and then we don't need it. And then we can transcribe them ourselves and give it to the judge under penalty of perjury that the words are correct that we heard here, and we can even put inaudible. We didn't understand that there. But then you don't. Oh shit! I'm hydroplaning. I had to take it off cruise control. So. But you're not allowed to record that. And just anybody, press a number 1 if you think that's so they can cheat you, or a number 2 just so the court can make money. Press a number 1 if you can't record your hearing so they can cheat you, or press a number 2 if it's so the court can make money. So I guess we're going to end up with a 3. You don't get to record your hearing so that no one can see what the judge actually did, because as you guys know, communications, 90% is nonverbal. 90% is nonverbal. So that means you don't get to see how the judge Mr. DeCastro, ask your question. You don't get the actual way he behaved in court. All you get on the transcripts is it says, Mr. DeCastro, ask your question. You don't get to see the actual behavior by that human being who's flawed. That very well could cheat you and ruin your life because he doesn't like you. He doesn't like you because you're more alpha than he is. He doesn't like you because your ears are pierced and tattooed. He doesn't like you because you're a white person, and he doesn't like white people. Doesn't matter what race he is, he doesn't like white people. Oh, that's never happened to you? Oh, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Is it a coincidence the last 2 black guys we've seen held down and shot in the back of the head? Is it a coincidence? Can you imagine just for a moment, just for one quick moment, a little momentico right here, if you would, please. Everybody just jump into my little momentico. Everybody get right into a little momentico together right here. Here's a little momentico for everybody. Can you imagine how many times people were held down and shot in the back of the head before there were cameras everywhere that we never heard about, and all we heard was that a struggle ensued, the gun went off, and he had the back of his head blown off? Can you imagine how many times? How many times? More than 1,000 or less than 1,000 in just the 1990s? More than 1,000 or less than 1,000 in just the 90s? Do you think there was more than 1,000 people executed through the 90s, or less than 1,000? Press a 1 for more and 2 for less, or maybe 1 for less, 2 for more. How many people you think were executed in the 80s? How many people do you think the cops held them down to the concrete, pushed their chin to the ground, and then when they fought back, they just got shot right in the back of the head? How many cops you think did that to people through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and the 60s? You know, there's a story, I'm not going to remember her name, of course, because I'm a human being and I don't remember every single piece of data that I read. But there was a woman in New Jersey. She lives in Cuba now. And this woman in New Jersey, someone will put her name in here. She in the early or the late 60s, somewhere in the 60s, they got pulled over in New Jersey, and they executed those 2 cops. They did. No, they did it. They actually did it. They killed the cops. They did. So then what I did was, I can't remember her name. I wish she's now in Cuba. She's hidden somewhere deep in Cuba, and Cuba won't give her back to the United States. She defected to Cuba. You know how old she was when she defected? She was 21 years old. She was 21. So then I watch a lot of Jordan Peterson. Do you guys watch a lot of Jordan Peterson? I watch a lot of Jordan Peterson. And so I learned this thing, that on the spectrum of men and women, right, you're going to get more crazy men on the end of the crazy spectrum. You have less crazy women, but you also have more rational men on the end of the rational spectrum, and you'll have so that's the dichotomy, right? And so that's the actual how it works out. And so when you get to aggressive women, you have women who are extraordinarily aggressive at this end of the spectrum, but there's not a lot of them. There's only a few. There really is. As far as like being dangerous and being physical and being violent, on that spectrum, it's mostly men. It's mostly men who are going to do the violence and are going to be physically aggressive and things like that. And so then I started to do the research on her when she ran off to Cuba after they killed that Jersey cop. And I said, well, what makes a free woman in America who's 21 execute a cop? What makes her do that? She's just one of those people on the spectrum that's completely crazy, or the same executions that we're finally seeing because of the cameras today, she witnessed her friends and her family be executed by these filthy pigs. Is that a possibility? Could that be that? I mean, could it be that? Could it be that she saw so much execution, so much murder, that a free 21-year-old woman in America, regardless of color of skin, ambushed a cop, executed him, and murdered him, and she did it. She did it. She's guilty of it. They killed him. They killed the cop. I think it might have been 2 Jersey cops. This is in the 60s. This is a big civil rights case. I'm incensed, and so my brain, in an emotional state, sometimes doesn't work as well as I wish it would do. She then left America and went to Cuba, and when I read her story, that's what made me, that's where the question started to begin. You know, what had she seen in her? Because just so you know, you guys know I'm a hardcore mother, right? I am hardcore, you know, I just am, right? But I'm not a killer. I'm not killing anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not running around beating people in the head. I'm not playing the knockout punch game, walking up behind someone and knocking them out, you know. I watch someone get hurt on camera and I say, hey, Chad Goo, I know we're going to have a good fight, man, but I'm not going to do that to you, dude. And I hope you wouldn't want to do that to me. Chad since then has made comments that he believes he's going to, you know, do some amazing damage to me. Hey, Chad, just so you know, I fought hundreds of guys your size, and so far I still look the same. So there's that. There's that. There's that, buddy. There's that. There's that. There's that. We shall see how you do. So anyway, the point is though, so what makes a 21-year-old free woman in America execute someone who's a cop? Well, how much abuse had she seen? How many people had she seen murdered? Did she watch rapes? Did she have to watch them? Did she have to witness the rapes in the streets? What about those torture cuffs we talk about now where they do the double lock thing? But in the 60s, did they still do the same things, or do they just lock you in those torture cuffs? Was she put in torture cuffs for hours on end at a time at one point in her life? Was her mother, her brother, was anybody that she cared about? Did she witness that? Did she witness it? Did she witness it? Did she? It's a fair question. These are fair questions. Because, listen, what makes someone hardcore enough to murder? What makes someone hardcore enough to kill? What is that? Because, listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to kill anybody, man. I don't want to kill. It doesn't interest me. The idea of having to deal with the remembrance and the remembrance of the ghost of that I created out of another human being who was alive. I want nothing to do with it. I don't want to even have nightmares like that. This is why the troops come home from Iraq and Afghanistan and Africa, and where we send our young people all over the world to murder people. And then when they come back, they made a deal with the devil. They'll get the college money, but they just got to murder people they don't know. And then what happens is they come back, and after they murder those people in Africa who they figured they were never going to see again anyway, they didn't know them. And then they come back, but then the ghosts of those people haunt them. And people say it's PTSD. I'm going to go a little bit spiritual on you here. I think it's the ghosts of those people that you murdered who are haunting you. Because when I smoked that DMT, man, I saw my grandma, I saw my uncles, I saw people who were dead that connected to me, and this is what brought my belief in God. I think when you murder someone else, I think that their soul haunts you forever. That's what I think. And I don't know, man. How do I know? I'm just a dude, right? But I'm just telling you, those troops, those young people who are trained through basic military training to go out there and kill, you know, shoot, kill, you know, unload your clip, empty your magazine. And you wonder why you can't get people to sign up to be a pig today. They're still teaching them to empty your clip. They're not coming up with net guns using drones. They're not coming up with poppers to pop people instead of actually hitting them with a stick. They still have those long, narrow sticks that hurt, that are meant to crack your shins and to crack your elbows and to break your forearms. We have weapons for police that are meant to maim and hurt you. And you wonder why 2 out of 5 cops beat their wives and can't get it up. Are you one of those cops? You can't get it up? Can't get it up, bro? You know why? It's because you get off on sadism. You're doing the devil's work. You're working with the devil. You and the devil are hand in hand. And when you meet God at your final judgment day, can you actually get forgiveness then? Or must you get redemption in this life? Because what you're doing is you are the degradation, you are the fear, you are the downgrading, you are the dismay. You are the fear. You are the darkness in the night. That's what you are. That's what you are. That's what you are. Did you just see the YouTube video where one cop held down the guy and then he shot him in the back of the head? He attacked him? Okay, that's what you are. That's the group you're a part of. You're part of that group. You're part of that group. That's what you are, bro. All you cops that I said, hey man, can't you figure out something else to do? Can you resign? Is there any other skill you can do? Every cop I ever talked to, maybe now this is your wake up call. This is your wake up call. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time for you to retire. You just saw one cop murder a guy, holding him down, blowing the back of his brains out. And now you're going to listen to the Fraternal Order of Police come up with every excuse in the world why that pig should have murdered Roderick Brooks. And people are like, oh man, you went off and you were going off on your... I'm getting pissed. I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I'm furious. That's so hard to understand. I'm fucking pissed. You didn't even have to touch him. You didn't even have to touch him. The guy stopped. He could have stopped back, held out his camera and said, you're on film, man. What are you going to do? You're on film. What are you going to do? Why didn't he do that? Because just so you know, that pig who murdered him has a dozen complaints for use of force. That pig has got dozens of complaints. That pig was supposed to be, just so you know, the pig who murdered Roderick Brooks, he was supposed to be on the disciplinary reserve roll. He was supposed to be in a diminished capacity. You just saw him hold him down and murder. He murdered. Murder! Murder is the case that they gave me. Murder! Murder, murder, murder. Murderer, murderer. You make me sick, I wanna puke. People are like, oh man, you were so mad on your live. You made such an ass of yourself. Why aren't you making an ass of yourself then? Why aren't you doing more? Why are you throwing peanuts from the God-blessed peanut gallery? Get off your seat, grab your microphone and start talking. You had enough wherewithal to create a troll account, fake profile, fake name, fake everything, to go troll somebody, great. Do you have enough wherewithal to create another troll account that says, you know what? You're right, man, that was murder. That was murder. How many times can we get in the comment section? That was murder. You murdered him. You murdered him. You filthy fucking pig, you murdered him. I don't know Roderick Brooks. I can't stick up for the man as far as what he is as a human being. I can stick up for him that he was a human being who deserved life and deserved dignity. And who cares? If he doesn't have the common self-respect for him, enough self-respect for himself to not act like a complete and total buffoon. But that does not mean you should chase him down and then when he stops running, Hey guys, get your indestructible trifold. Get your indestructible trifold. Make sure you guys have your trifold. It's right on the website now. You can just open up the website and it's right there, indestructible trifold. You can get that indestructible trifold. Just go to the website. Let me kind of change the subject here. I'm getting choked up. I'm getting pissed off. It's like indestructible trifold's right fucking there, right? You should have it. You always have it right there. Make sure you guys, if you don't have, if your brother, sister, cousin, or lover doesn't have one, not only do they need to have one, I could use your support right now. So buy another one of these and send it to your cousin, your brother, your best friend, your lover. Send this off. Charlie Bear. Come here, baby. Come on, baby. Come here, baby. Where's my kisses at? Where's my kisses? Yes. Okay, Charlie. Yeah. So I'm a little triggered. I could feel the voice cracking, you know. You know, you gotta laugh at yourself, right? You gotta laugh at yourself. You know, and for anybody who's not, thanks for the super chats. I didn't see them come. Thank you. Oh, Marcus is in the room, everybody. KNRW Radio. Marcus is here. Beth, is that you? Melanie, good to see you. Thomas, good to see you guys. Greg, don't talk to pigs. Jeff hates pigs. Don't talk to pigs. Don't talk to pigs. So don't talk to pigs. Charlie's a little bear. Whew. I'm just pissed off, you know, watching the guy get murdered, you know. Yeah, I kiss my dog all the time. I don't really care if people like it or not. Charlie, little bear. I don't really care. If you don't want to kiss your dog, you don't have to. I don't care if he licks his butt. I don't care what he does. I love my dog. I kiss my dog all the time. I love my dog. And when I'm feeling choked up and stuff, man, it's great. I'm pretty pissed off. I mean, could you imagine Roderick's family? You know, the guy's stealing laundry detergent, right? This is going to trigger me again. I can feel it. He's stealing laundry detergent. That's your cousin, your uncle, your brother, your son. That's your ex-boyfriend. That's your ex-husband. That's your current boyfriend, right? And he's stealing laundry detergent, right? That's how far reduced he is as a person. He's stealing his laundry detergent to wash his clothing. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's where he was in life. He was down to where he was stealing laundry detergent. Just think about that. I could turn on my camera and tell people, hey, I need help right now. I'm down. Can you guys pitch in? Can you help me out, right? I just did. I said, buy another trifold for your friend, right? Roderick didn't have anybody to turn to say, hey, man, will you buy me a $7.99 thing of Tide? No one. Right, little guy. Oh, little Charlie, little bear. No, you know, Roderick had, you know, like, he needed guidance, he needed help, he needed an education. You know, I say it all the time, I'll say it again. John Locke said, show me how much character a man has, and I'll show you how much education he has. So instead of taking our time to educate that man, and to, you know, instead of throwing him in a dungeon and punishing him, where we threw him into mandatory schooling, and you can't leave here till you pass this curriculum, we didn't do that. We just threw him away, and we allowed the cop to murder him, and now we're going to listen to the Fraternal Order of Police all say how, look, he had that taser in his hand. Well, you pushed him on the ground and attacked him, and you pushed his face down into the ground. So maybe it was you that did that. Maybe you caused that. Because I'll tell you what, Piggy, if you try to push my face in the concrete, it ain't happening, dog. It ain't happening. Good luck. Good luck. It's a little hard when you start to talk about the human life that someone was at one point. They were alive. We don't know if he could play the piano. We don't know if he liked to play with the yo-yo. We don't know if he loved children. We don't know if he liked dogs. We don't know anything about him. And it's it's hard when you start to talk about the value of a human life, and then you watch the value. That man was 47 years old. I'm 47 years old. That man was 47 and I'm 47. Year of the Tiger, 74. So sure. Is that what you're thinking about? It's the rear windshield wiper. Is that the most important thing? Chevy's dropping songs again. What's going on? What's going on? Is that Witness or Mitchell? I don't know how to say that. Launchpad, God bless you, man. Thank you, dude. Angel Frog Master, how you doing? Snow Turner, Greg, how you doing, man? How you doing? The one. Good to see you, Scrubby. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. I just got triggered, man, and you know, I'm a little you know, there's some things going on, and Nurkin, thanks for coming by, man. You know, Beth, how you doing? Terry, how are you? Hey, Kate, KNRW, Marcus, how you doing, buddy? I hope I get to see you soon. Looking forward to hanging out with you, man. So anyway, I got triggered. I pulled over here. It's like if you truly love people, right? If you love humanity, and you love people, you know, and I genuinely love people. I always have. To this day, I don't care if you're a stranger. I enjoy watching people eat. I'm not sure if I've ever said that to anybody before. I've told friends and stuff. If I watch someone eating, it's really weird because I feel like this humanity towards that person when I see another person eating. I can't describe it, but it makes me feel a part of the human race when I see another person eating food, like just having a meal. When I break bread with someone and I see them eating, I humanize them more and I think about them more. And so it just, when I think about the humanity that Roderick Brooks was, you know, you go back and you roll through his life and you roll through how he graduated high school, if he graduated, what he was like in elementary school, you know, what his mom called him, what his nicknames were, you know, you just go back to the humanity of somebody, you know, who his first love was, you know, what happened, why'd they break up, you know, why is he still in laundry detergent, what happened, you know, where along the lines did he just lose his ability to function okay? You know, was it drugs? Was it something that is just crazy about him, that he's a crazy person? But it's like, when you get into the humanity of another human being and everything that entails, did he have brothers and sisters? You know, horrific. And everybody has to watch him get murdered. If you ever knew him and you were friends with him in high school, then the thing you hear about Roderick was that he got murdered by a cop. And so then you haven't talked to him in 20 years. And because he's 47, so he's, you know, 6 or 7 years after high school, you guys lost touch. And then, but before Roderick was broken, he was your buddy. Charlie, wake up. Don't go to sleep yet. There's people. People want to hang out with you, dude. People want to hang out with you. What's going on? What's going on, Charlie? So anyway, so that's what gets me, man. So with that being said, you know, so, you know, and now what we'll have to do is we're going to have to listen to the Fraternal Order of Police, make every excuse in the world why Roderick should have been murdered. How come it's okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Roderick grabbed the taser. Why do cops have tasers? I don't know. They don't seem to work very well. And they just cause they're a deadly weapon. I don't understand why they're allowed to have tasers. I don't understand, because we don't have a popper. We don't have a little football pad. We don't have a net gun. We don't have any kind of really non-violent way to actually detain somebody or to stop them in the event that they need to be stopped. We don't have that. Why don't we? How come? Why don't we? Why don't we have weapons that don't hurt people, but at the same time can detain them? One long giant Velcro strap. 1 6-foot long strap. Why don't we have that? I can't get my head around it. So I'm trying. And okay, I'm just around the corner. Okay. Oh my God. So anyway, it was tough. This was tough. Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. Kinetic. Let's shoot me a phone call or a text, Kinetic, and let's talk privately. This was a little bit more emotional than I wanted to get into. I just wanted to show you guys what had happened, and that Roderick was murdered, and that, you know, we should be going to that police department's Facebook page and letting them know that we saw the murder and that it was murder. If cops are so afraid of someone getting their taser, then why do they have tasers? Why did we give cops tasers if they're terrified of them? If the taser is a life and death situation, then why do they have them? If a taser can kill me or can kill the cop, then why does he have it? Fair question, right? The man was a person. Roderick Brooks was a person. He was a human being. Was he a cop? Maybe he was. What was he? Was he a degenerate? Maybe. Was he a human being? Yes. Was he a human being? Yes. He was a human being. And God have mercy on his soul. So, all right. Yeah, I don't really care what you think, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's really about, you know, our group of people staying focused on our movement, which is getting a constitutional amendment to get the camera footage, to getting 360 cameras on cops. We got to get rid of the term law enforcement, and we got to go to peace officers. We need to decentralize them, which is the opposite of statism. You want to decentralize power. We need to get cameras and audio in the courtrooms. We need to get rid of the prison system. We need to abolish the war on drugs. These are things that need to happen, and these are the most important things. So I just want to, you know, this group and the moderators who are just amazing. You know, JMM, he totally got it the other day. You know, don't acknowledge these people who try to distract us. Stay focused on our mission. They come in here and they start trolling or whatever. Just time them out, block them, ignore them. Don't give them the space. We keep going on our mission. We're seeing what's happening. We can't allow a distraction. We got to stay focused on what we're doing. We have to change this bullshit system. That's what has to happen. Okay. Is that Jeebus? Where do I find Chille? I got to get another workout in today, so I got to go and work out again right now. I got one in this morning. I got to get another one in now. I've got to get a workout in. I got to get another workout in so that I could stay super strong for you guys for this upcoming fight. Thanks for coming by, you guys. I appreciate it. Make sure that you guys share this video of and do me a favor. Good to see you, Jenny. Good to see everybody, Melanie. Make sure you drop in the comments of this video. It was murder. When this video posts, after this video posts, you know, the trolls are going to inundate my comments. That's fine, whatever. But I want us to inundate the comments of this particular video and just It was murder. That was murder. Roderick Brooks was murdered. I'd like for you guys to just type it in there over and over and over in the comment section. Roderick Brooks was murdered. That's what I would like, so that everybody hashtag his name. He'll be another hashtag in the sea of tens of thousands of hashtags from murdering pigs in our country. So that's the way it is. All right. Anyway, I'll get the flock out of here. Thanks for having me, you guys. And just remember one thing, we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't quit. We don't back down. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. Thank you. We don't stop. We don't stop. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gator.